Let's talk Jinx, a weekly Jinx video we do every Wednesday about anything to do with Jinx, as well as this video acting as a weekly discussion thread on the Jinx subreddit, our League of Jinx. Make sure to go check that out. And it's patch day. Every 2 weeks, we talk about the new patch, changes to Jinx, changes that might affect Jinx, and then something of a pseudo AD carry tier list to round the video out with your help. So jumping right into the patch, there are no direct changes to Jinx, but there might be a few changes that might affect Jinx on this patch. The first honorable mention being the Fiddlesticks rework. Of course, people played old Fiddlesticks as a support champion, so they might try and play new Fiddlesticks also as a support champion. He doesn't have Crowstorm anymore, so the poke in the way that lane used to go if you did play it is going to be a bit different. But he does have CC with his Scythe and stuff like that, so look to be chaining your Flame Chompers with those if he does go in. His ultimate's still the same too, by the way. It's kind of more of a modernization of the same champion, so it shouldn't be too radically different from what you're used to in the past. Just the major one, especially like an ARAM, like, right? The Crowstorm, it's gone. But with that being said, that's the honorable mention. There are no changes to Jinx, but there are changes to maybe some other AD carries that could affect Jinx. But also another honorable mention is going to be Galio, just because his R now grants a magic shield to all allies in the area. So back when like Galio support was a thing, or even Galio mid lane and a protect the comp, in case you're playing something of like a pseudo ggGetJinxed comp where they want to like protect you while you're scaling, now when he ults to an ally and lands on them, they will gain a shield and he will gain a shield, if I'm reading this correctly. Both parties involved get a shield to protect when he's going in on somebody. He's a little bit in a weaker state right now, so they feel safe buffing that back up. It also means if you're playing against a Galio support post 6, understand there's going to be a bit more shielding on the combo you're trying to burst down, so keep that in mind. Caixa, an actual AD carry getting a change on this patch, the E cooldown is decreased later. This won't affect the Jinx-Caixa matchup in lane literally at all because it's not a lane-directed change, but what it could do is see her kind of be more mobile and annoying to deal with later in the game. So if you want to save your Flame Chompers for somebody in a late game team fight, you might want to look for Caixa now, because she's probably going to try and position and maneuver a bunch more in these fights because the E cooldown is there, and as such, if you can just lock her down, she is still an AD carry at the end of the day. If you chain your CC, she will die. That's just what AD carries do. They're squishy. They do a lot of damage, but they're squishy. So there we go. Now for the part of the video you're here for, the pseudo AD carry tier list with your help. As in, comment with your elo and what you think AD carries, like which ones you think will be good, which ones will change, which ones might stay the same, and then your opinion on Jinx. Because when we look at a site like champion.gg and we take the changes we're seeing and try to apply them to the current win rates to predict what will or will not change, the only AD carry that was getting a change, of course, was Caixa, who is sitting at the bottom of the pack according to a site like champion.gg and Platinum Plus. Do I think the E change moves her from like a 46% win rate like to like 50 or like 52? Absolutely not. Which means honestly, with basically nothing changing, we can still actually look at the current and past like win rate sites and stuff like this to kind of get your top tier stuff. Outside of mages and stuff like that, you actually have Kog'Maw topping the kind of line right now. Twitch, Senna, Jhin, and Vayne would be like your top 5, for example, according to this site at this point in time. But to round out your top 10, you still have things like Misfortune, Ashe, Jinx, Sivir, and CAITLYN. A lot of like right-clicking, auto-attack-centric AD carries, the more easier to play AD carries that can succeed in a chaotic meta, because all you have to really worry about at a ground level is auto-attacking and positioning. So those are all champions that are actually pretty good to play on this patch. You do have like Tristana, which is like the worst version right now of CAITLYN and Jinx. If you're a Tristana main, go for her. But otherwise, you probably want to go for CAITLYN, and even more so Jinx, who's the strongest of the 3 right now. And that's not even biased, that's just with the numbers, sorry. Things like Kalista, you probably still want to avoid. Ezreal's kind of in this weird spot where he's actually still good in pro play again. Like Lucian, oddly enough, like things like Lucian, Ezreal, even Xayah, who are towards the bottom of this list, and Aphelios, are all things pro players are actually still playing a lot right now. So I guess, and maybe the highest of elos, if you want to still play these champions, go for it. But these champions you might want to avoid in solo queue. So, with that being said, again, comment with your own ideas, and that's totally fine. Bit of a shorter video, because it's really a shorter patch. No Jinx changes, no really AD carry changes, but the Caixa change late game, which is kind of iffy. Maybe the Galio change, if you make a comp around an AD carry like yourself, could be interesting. And the Fiddlesticks rework will probably take a little bit of getting used to, because it's kind of the same, but it is kind of different, so you might want to watch out for that. But thank you so much for watching this video. Again, make sure to check out our League of Jinx, the subreddit that allows me to post this video as the weekly discussion thread. Thank you so much. So, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next, because I can have a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching. and enjoy pizza responsibly.